Now we are going to see the continuous frequency distribution. Ivlo nara we were learning about discrete frequency distribution. So what is the only difference? You had the values of xi. Now you have a class interval. Okay. So your only step that you have to include in this is you have to find the value of xi. Xi is nothing but maximum value plus minimum value divided by 2. So I have 10 plus 0 divided by 2, which is 5. That is the middle value. What is the middle value? 10 plus 0 divided by 2, which is 5. 20 plus 10 divided by 2, which is 30 by 2, 15. You see that 15 is the middle value of this. Now 30 plus 20, which is 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. 40 plus 30 divided by 2, which will be 35. Okay, so you only have to find out the values of xi. Okay, for mean it will be sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. For the mean deviation, it will again be the same formula. So if you are given the class interval, you have to get the values of xi from that. Okay, this is the continuous frequency distribution. It is slightly different from discrete frequency distribution, where you will be given the class interval. You have to find the value of xi, then proceed with the same step. Median na cumulative frequency, mean na fi xi, all that. You put all the columns, you find all the values. Okay. Example 6, it is very similar to example 4, but you have a continuous frequency distribution. Direct xi oda value kudukala. Ci is class interval, fi is the frequency. Okay. So we are given the marks obtained by the students and the number of students. Ipo 10 to 20 la 2 பேர் வாங்கிட்டாங்க. 70 to 80 2 people have scored. Okay. So this is given. I need to find what my mean deviation with respect to mean. So ipo mean oda formula enna? Sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi, and the mean deviation will be, okay, include I equals 1 to n. Okay. It is understood, but you can also write it down. Okay. So ipo இந்த formula la வேணும். அதுக்கு என்னென்ன tabular column எழுத போறேன்? It is very similar to example 4. So I need fi xi for mean. Sigma fi ke I can find the sum of all this. Then I need xi minus x bar. So xi minus x bar oda modulus. Then I need to multiply the two values. So I have fi xi minus x bar. Correct? So these are all the values that I need. So first fi xi. For that I need to know what my value of xi is. Correct? So I have to find fxi. Then I'll write the rest of the values. Fi xi. Then I need to know xi minus x bar. Then fi times xi minus x bar. Okay. Now xi oda value enna? 10 plus 20 divided by 2, which is 30 by 2, 15. So basically middle value. Inge 15 na, inge it will be 25, 35, 45, 55, 65 and 75. I found out my xi's. Okay va? Now fi xi enna? I need to multiply these two values. So 15 2s are 30. 35 into 3 into 25, which is 75. 8 5s are 40. 4 8 3s are 24. 28. 14 into 45. So I'll do it here. 45 into 14. 5 4s are 20. 4 4s are 16, 17, 18. 5, 4, 0, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. 6 30. 8 into 55. 8 5s are 40. 4 8 5s are 40. 44. 3 5s are 15. 1 6 3s are 18. 19. 5 2s are 10. 7 2s are 14. 15. Okay. Now sigma fi xi veno. So I need to find out the summation of all this also. Okay. So let me do sigma fi first. So I have 3 plus 2 5. 5 plus 8 13. 13 plus 14 is 27. 27 plus 3 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. Okay. Sigma fi paniyachu. Now fi xi. So I have 5 plus 5 10. 1 carry over. 1 4 4 plus 7 11. 11 plus 8 19. 20 21 22 26 35 40. 4 carry over. 4 5 6. 6 plus 6 12. 12 plus 4 18. 12 plus 4 is 16. 17 18. Okay. So I have 1840. Now mean கண்டுபிடிக்க போறேன் because I need x bar. Correct? So x bar will be sigma fi xi, which is the sum of all this, 1800 divided by sigma fi, which is 40. 0 0 cancel I know. This I can cancel it with 4. So 4 4s are 16. 4 5s are. So x bar enna? 45. Okay, you see that it is the middle value also. Compare பண்ணல, but I'm saying you got the middle value to be the actual middle value of xi also. Okay, so always find it with the formula and just cross check. Okay, so if x bar enna? 45. So I need to do xi minus 45. What is my xi? 15. 15 minus 45 is minus 30. The absolute value is plus 30. 25 minus 45, 20. 35 minus 45, 10. 45 minus 45 is 0. 55, 45, 10. 65 minus 45, 20. 75 minus 45, 30. If absolute value எடுக்கலனா என்ன இருக்கும்? This would have become a 0 because I would have had minus minus minuses. So minus 30 minus plus 30 is 0. Minus 20 plus 20 is 0. Minus 10 plus 10 is 0. I have a 0. So it will be 0. So that's why we take the absolute value in order to omit the negative symbol. Okay, minus. Correct? If I add panna nagum 30 plus 30 60. 60 plus 40 100. 100 plus 20 120. Okay, but I need not add this because that is not needed. So I will not add this. Ipo fi times இத பண்ணனும். What is my fi? 2 into 30. Always have your fingers like this. இந்த மாதிரி வெச்சா you will not miss out which column. So 2 into 30 which will be 60. 3 into 20 which is again 60. 8 into 10 80. 14 0 so 0. 8 into 10 80. 3 into 2 60. 2 into 30 which is 60. இப்போ இத ஆட் பண்ணனும். I need the summation. கரெக்ட்டா? இப்போ இத ஆட் பண்ணா 0. 6 plus 6 12. 12 plus 8 20. 28. 28 plus 6 34. 34 plus 6 40. So 400. இப்போ இந்த formula substitute பண்ணா mean deviation of x bar is the summation of all this which is 400 divided by sigma fi. Sigma fi na it is 40. So இப்போ இது பண்ணா I'll get 10. So this is my mean deviation about the mean. Continuous ko discrete ko enna vidhyasam? You'll be given the class interval. You have to find out what your xi value is, and what is your xi? Maximum value plus minimum value divided by 2. Maximum plus minimum divided by 2. 30 plus 20 50. 50 divided by 2 25. Okay. So we are going to solve example 6 in a shortcut way. Correct? In an easy way. Enna way solranga? It is called the step deviation method. Okay. So adula enna nama panna porom? We are going to repeat the same steps, but the formula is slightly changed. The formula for mean is slightly changed. Mean deviation ku adhe formula da. Mean ku nama enna panna porom? We'll have the formula x bar is a plus sigma I equals 1 to n of fi di divided by sigma fi into h. இப்போ இதுல you are coming across three different terms a, d and h which are new to you. கரெக்ட்டா? இப்போ a ங்கிறது is your assumed mean. What is my assumed mean? So now this is my data. நம்ம போன இதுல என்ன பார்த்தோம்? In the previous method we saw the mean to be 45. You remember? So what is your assumed mean here? You have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 data, 7 number of observations. So what is your middle value? 45. So you're going to assume that your assumed mean is the middle value of the given data, which is 45. So a value is going to be 45. And what is my d? My d is nothing but di is xi minus a divided by h. H another. H is the range. You have learnt range in your 10th standard. It is the maximum value minus the minimum value. Xi kenna pannom? Maximum value plus minimum value divided by 2. But for the range, which is h, I'm going to do maximum value minus the minimum value, which will be 10. So my h value is 10. My assumed mean is 45. So let's see what I get my mean to be. So mean enna varapodhu? I have to find my di values. So di is xi minus a divided by h. So I need to find for the first value di enna? Xi minus a divided by h. Xi is 15. 15 minus 45 which is minus 30. Minus 30 divided by h minus 10 is minus 3. Why are we doing this? We'll be getting some negative values. It is easy for calculation. Negative and positive cancel aite povom. So it will be very easy to calculate the mean. So that is why we use this method. You can also stick to the previous method. Okay. But always learn this method. Exam la suppose step deviation method la podu appdin soltaanga bakka mudikka kudadu. So this is the step deviation method. Learn this also. If they ask you in the exam, you have to know. Okay. So 15 minus 45 divided by 10 பண்ணியாச்சு. Now 25 minus 45. 20 divided by 10 minus 2. 35 minus 45 minus 10 divided by 10 minus 1. 45 minus 45 is 0. So 0 by 10 is 0. 55 minus 45 which is 10 divided by 10 1. 65 minus 45 20 divided by 10 is plus 2. 75 minus 45 30 divided by 10 is plus 3. You need not add this. This add panna 0 da varum. But what is your next step? You need to find your fi di. Correct? So what is your fi di? You have to multiply. So 3 2s are 6 minus 6. 3 2s are 6 minus 6. 8 into minus 1 minus 8. 0. 8, 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6. இப்போ இதை தான் ஆட் பண்ணணும் because I need the sigma fi di, correct? So when I add all this, minus 6 plus 6, minus 6 plus 6, minus 8 plus 8. So when I add all this, I get a 0. Okay, in a lot of questions you will not get a 0 also. In that in the moon value 1. So whenever you're multiplying, you're getting a 0. Okay, you also don't get a 0. So you will see some other questions like that, but in this case you're getting a 0. So you need not, what is your sigma fi? It is 40. So if mean or value in x bar is a, which is your assumed mean, which is 45, plus sigma fi di, which is 0, divided by sigma fi, which is 40, times h order value 10. I'm just using this formula to find the mean. So this becomes a 0. So I'll have my mean to be 45. If mean 45 nu kandupidichadukku apparama, you have to repeat the same steps. You have to find out what your mean deviation is. So for that you need xi minus x bar and you need to multiply them. So fi times xi minus x bar. If xi minus x bar, it is the same as the previous subsection. So xi minus x bar, which is 15 minus 45, which is 30 with the modulus. So minus varadu. Okay, don't get confused between this and this. Here you will get a minus, you will not get a minus. 25 minus 45, 20, 35, 45, 10, 0, 55, 45 is 10, 65, 6, 65, 45 is 20, 75, 45 is 30. So this is. Now I need to find out this. So it will be fi times this. So it will be 60, 60, 80, 0, 8 into 10, 80, 60, 60. So what will be my answer? 400. So when I substitute in this formula, I'll get mean deviation to be sigma of all this. So which will be 400 divided by 40, which will be 10 again. Okay. The only difference here is how to find the mean. Mean ku mattum the difference in formula. This is called the step deviation method. How much the value is deviated from the assumed mean, and this is applicable only for continuous frequency distribution. ஏனா இந்த இடத்துல h இருக்கு. h is the range, which is maximum value minus the minimum value. Ungrouped data illa discrete frequency ku you do not have the class interval, so you cannot use this. Okay, this is only for grouped data and for continuous frequency distribution. Okay.